Hey guys, got another Battleborn lore showcase. I know last time I said I would be doing Milka, but little did I know that they would be coming out with a new character, Ernest here, and little did I know that his lore challenges would be so easy I would be done with them after like 5 or 6 matches, I think. So here they are. Here's the completed picture. I'll go through all the lore um, blocks individually, and then we'll look at the gear. So here's the completed picture. You can see Ernest there in the middle, Toby, who he is kind of a kindred spirit with in the sense that they're both flightless birds. And then you can see the other peacekeepers there. Galt in the background in Montana, as well as Benedict and Galileo there in the forefront there. So that's the completed picture, and let's go through the little blocks here. Start with the demo bird. Deal 10,000 damage to enemies with Ernest's explosive charge before it hits the ground. Now the explosive charge is Ernest's skill 2. It's kind of like a bomb or a grenade that he throws, but you detonate it with his alt attack. So the trick really is to just chuck it at enemies and then hit the detonator before it sticks to the ground. And it will stick to the ground, it'll stay there until you blow it up, if it doesn't end up hitting the ground. But you want to try and get it over the heads of your enemies and then hit it to blow. Best idea, throw it in the middle of a group of minions, pull the trigger, and it blows up. What I'm not sure about, and perhaps someone can clear this up in the comments there, if it sticks to a minion, does that count as hitting the ground? Shouldn't. I get the feeling that it doesn't, but not entirely sure. So if someone can answer that for me, that'd be great. Of course, any sort of skill damage gear would help you complete this challenge. Next one we'll do Wings of Valor. Fire 500 grenades while under the effects of Power Egg's attack mode. So the Power Egg is Ernest's skill 1. It's it's another sort of area of effect skill that buffs your allies, and I think you can augment it to hurt your enemies on the helix. So really, I mean, this is very easy to finish. All you have to do is set down the egg, press skill button once, press it again to set it to attack mode, and to place it, and then just start firing grenades. You'll find that your attack speed is higher inside the little nimbus there, so you'll finish this in no time. Just keep firing grenades. All of these are really quite easy. So you can switch modes for the Power Egg to switch it to defense mode once you finish this. Once you finish this lore challenge, but I usually keep it in the attack mode. Seems to help. Of course, once again, any sort of attack speed gear, reload speed gear, that'll help you complete this challenge quicker. So the next one is Fellowship of the Flightless. Complete 3 matches while on the same team as Toby. Very easy to do. Either take turns with random people that you're playing with online, or get a friend to play Toby for you. And you got this in 3 matches. So I'll shut up for a second while you can listen to this.
Toby, Ernest here. Being that we're gonna be squatters for the foreseeable future, I want to tell you a little story about yours truly. As you know, avians come in all shapes and sizes, but we as feathered fellows generally get lumped into 2 categories, the flyers and the flightless. That's been the line drawn in the sand since time immemorial, and as a fellow flightless fella, it's been a thorn in my backside since I was hatched. Seems like you've been suffering under the same indignation. But I'm here to tell you, soldier, us flightless types, we're carved out of wood. We had to work twice as hard, hustle twice as fast, and be twice as smart as our airborne counterparts. We're the underdog. Bird. Under bird. And that's been the fire under this old soldier's ass since the day he entered the service. And you got that same fire, kid. Under your ass. And in your heart. And in your colorful language. But a soldier's gotta own that fire, Toby. You gotta hold it in your hands. Flippers. You got flippers. You hold it in your flippers, and you forge it into something more. So what if you can't fly? You've got a propellant that beats the ever-loving pants off of wings. A propellant that'll launch you screaming into the stratosphere. That propellant, that's fire. This metaphor is extremely overextended, but you get my drift, right? Right. Listen up, Toby. Asshats like Benedict are always gonna rule the skies. I say let them. They don't got the heart that we do. They don't got the fire. Don't you ever lose that. If you do, I will personally beat it back into you. Am I kidding? Do you really want to find out? I think not.
So there you go, the audio clip, which is pretty amusing. Ernest, of course, as you notice, has a African-American accent there, but a very overly theatrical one. Kind of reminds me of Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder, actually. So, next lore. Grenades to you. Cute name. Score 100 direct hits with Ernest's grenade launcher. So this is a little tricky, because the grenade launcher, of course, doesn't fire in a straight line. It has a bit of an arc. But once you get the hang of this arc and sort of judge the distance, you'll be able to figure it out pretty easily. But, barring that, you can also just hide behind corners, jump out at guys, and fire at them point-blank range. That always helps. Run up on minions, fire at them point-blank range. But, other than that, try and just, get that arc right and fire things before, fire it so it hits targets before it hits the ground. And, won't be too hard. Of course, any sort of attack speed, reload speed gear, that'll help because you don't have to do direct hit damage for this. Just actually get direct hits. And the last is reply worthless pukes. So, deal 25,000 damage to other peacekeepers. So, other peacekeepers would be anyone else playing Ernest. Of course, you have to complete this in verses and fire at anyone else playing Ernest, anyone playing Galt, Oscar Mike, Galilea, Montana, or Benedict. Any other peacekeeper, and you'll get this pretty quickly, actually, because people like to play the peacekeepers. There's a lot of popular characters, Galilea, Oscar Mike especially. You see him in a lot of matches. So this really didn't take me too long. Any attack damage gear would of course help, but really just complete this in those versus matches. Just aim for the peacekeepers, and you'll get it. You'll get it in no time. And there he is, Ernest. All of his lore completed there. It's a cool picture. And now let's check out the gear that you get for playing him. Here it is, OMLT Blast Suit. It gives you plus 240 max health, plus 8.40% reload speed, which is very helpful for him because he's very slow on the reload. And then just for Ernest, he gains 10% lifesteal on damage dealt with Explosive Charge. Explosive Charge is that skill too. So, that of course is very helpful. 10% lifesteal is nothing to sneeze at. That's a good decent bit of lifesteal there. So, there it is, the whole spiel. And I promise, unless Gearbox releases another new character that also has ridiculously easy lore to complete. Next week we'll be doing Melka, so keep an eye out for that if you're looking forward to seeing her. But in the meantime, check this out. I know a lot of people don't have access to Ernest yet, so I hope you've enjoyed
And it,
this and you get to get a little glimpse of him before you play him. Because I think as of right now, he's only available to people who have the season pass or the super deluxe, supersize edition of the game. So, yeah, enjoy. Next week we'll do Melka, and then we'll see who after that. Bye bye.